Hello! Good evening, everyone! So yes, ngayon lang ako ulit nakabalik sa ating Unassailable page, doing this podcast again. So how are you? This podcast tonight is really special because I'm gonna interview one of the most wonderful person here in my life. Talagang malaki yung naging impact niya sa buhay ko, and I'm so excited to really have a discussion with her, lalo na sa napakagandang topic na to tonight. So yun, please join us and share this live video, lalo na ngayon, pandemic, quarantine. I'm sure maraming makaka-relate dito and maraming matutulungan ng topic na ito. So please share this live tonight and enjoy the rest of the evening with us. Yay! So right now, hindi ko na patatagalin. I'm gonna introduce our special guest for tonight. Alright? Yan. She's si Miss Martine de Luna. She is one of my mentors din. So yun, she is a intuitive, creative consultant, speaker, and teacher rolled into one. Grabe, ang dami niyang ginagawa, but at the same time, sobrang laki ng impact niya, hindi lang sa buhay ko, kundi sa napakaraming ladies, hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, kundi all over the globe. Kasi grabe, ang layo-layo, ang laki-laki ng kanyang nasasakupan when it comes to life, coaching, and mentoring. So tonight, as in, the topic is really valuable. So please stay tuned. And hindi ko na patatagalin. Let us all welcome Coach Martine de Luna.
Hello, Ayla.
Yes, hello Coach.
Hi. Thank you for having me. Ang saya naman.
Very late night talk show.
Yeah, but early for some of my friends that I shared it with on the other side of the world. So, yeah. So sometimes at this time, I'm coaching people in the States or in Canada. So, okay rin for them. Hi, guys.
Yes. So, saktong-sakto. As in, we are live all over the globe. So, good evening.
We are.
Yes. I'm so excited for tonight. Kasi sobrang controversial nung topic. Yes. Especially with the title. So, yun, ang dami nagtatanong sa akin, Coach, bakit daw ba loving destruction? So, what is it to love about destruction?
Okay, so I remember when you and I were having a conversation, I think it was maybe a week or so ago, right? And then parang pinapag-usapan natin yung, like the challenges that life brings us. And pinapag-usapan din natin, what we become because of the challenges. Either susuko tayo or we're going to let it define us, di ba? So, loving destruction is what I call yung tipong, let's say, meron kang something you're proud of. Like, let's say you had a project na you executed, it helped you to make a name for yourself, it helped you to, have some level of influence, even popularity. But then, hindi na siya tugma or aligned dun sa current purpose mo. And so, sometimes what has to happen and what is necessary is to dismantle, to take apart the things that you used to be proud of, or that they were good for you at the time, but now hindi na sila bagay sa mga gawain niyo sa buhay, right? That is loving destruction because may purpose ka. One of my fellow masterminders, where I'm a part of, Jessa, she puts this very well. She says you kind of like shatter it on purpose. You shatter things on purpose. Yung tipong, sisirain ko to. Let's say you have a clay model. You're a sculptor. Right? And may ginawa kang sculpture, right? Pero it's not yet in the form and in the purpose that you intended. And so you have to like kind of destroy that, diba? And start again, right? So loving destruction is taking things apart that you once thought defined you, and then building something new again, because that new thing is what is connected to your current purpose. So, that's just my description of what that is. And also to help, us realize na just because yung mga accomplishments tayo sa buhay or may mga na-achieve tayo sa buhay, it doesn't mean na those will always be, things that are aligned with us. Minsan, we're gonna be asked by the universe to let go. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a relationship, diba? Yes. Maybe it's an idea na it's not working for us anymore. So that letting go is love. Diba? May kasabihan na parang, if you love something, set it free. Ganon yung destruction din. If you love something, first of all, if you love yourself, and then there are things that are standing in the way of that true love for yourself, minsan kailangan sirain yung mga bagay that are getting in the way. So we can talk a little bit about some examples of that.
Yes. Kaya lang, Coach, di ba, when it comes to the distraction itself, it's really painful. Masakit siya.
Oo naman.
Is there any tools or method na pwedeng mong ma-share sa ating mga listeners tonight? For example, this one, the pandemic. So, ang dami ngayon nawawala ng trabaho, ang dami ngayon na nagsasara ng businesses. I know yung mga listeners natin tonight, they have their own share of distraction this pandemic. So, how can they handle it in a way na hindi sila mahihirapan?
Okay. So remember guys na pag loving destruction, nanggagaling sa'yo yung act of taking it apart. Hindi yung situation, it's you being willing to let go. Diba? So, like for instance, I have a friend, she described that almost 50 employees, they had to lay off. Diba? The empire na they had built, it wasn't able to withstand what happens, So what is that, diba? Ano yun? Parang to be willing to let go of the things that are no longer, na hindi na bagay dito sa sitwasyon ngayon. Okay? That's an example of loving destruction, but it's also very hard. Let's say on a multi-passionate entrepreneur, diba? Yes. You've been used to building and you're growing a lot of business, and then suddenly a pandemic takes it all away from you. Diba? What happens there? You can either blame the outside conditions, di ba? Or, ang pwede mong gawin is to adapt, di ba? To adapt and decide that, this is not going to define me as a person, itong nangyayari, And this is a great example that Bob Proctor, we both love Uncle Bob, right? He says it's during the Great Depression. During the Great Depression, there were people that still thrived during that time, which is being compared sa panahon ngayon, di ba? It is a depression right now, financially, economically, di ba? So we're in similar times, but he made a very good point that, it really depends on how willing you are to find the opportunity amidst all of the apparent destruction na nangyayari. So what's being destroyed right now? The way that the world has been operating. The way that we used to live, where we can just go out, mag-hang out tayo, bakasyon tayo, road trip, airplane, ganyan. Hindi na siya pwede, right? Are we going to say, oh no, yung parang sana maging back to normal? Hindi eh. The universe will always course correct itself, di ba? We know this. So what's happening right now, di ba? I mean, even, quantum physicists and people that are in, that area of neuroscience, they're saying that what's happening right now is yung mundo, it's correcting itself, and what we've been doing, the way we've been doing things, running industries, running, like our economies, running our cities, and our addiction to just getting things faster and quicker, and like at the cost of other people, hindi na siya nag-work, right? So the earth itself is giving us an example that it will destroy also things to restore balance, to restore that respect for each other as human beings, no? So I would say na yun sa those that are experiencing this difficult time, to not anymore be surprised na nangyayari to. Kasi it's been 6 months, no? So we really have to adapt to a new way of doing things. That's just it. If we don't accept that, kung hindi natin i-accept na yun talaga ang realidad, then we're just gonna suffer. There's such a thing as resistance, di ba? In the law of attraction, right? So resistance is pag ayaw mo talaga i-accept yung nangyayari sa'yo. But that's what it is. That's the present moment is what it is, di ba? At kung sabihin natin na, it's because ganito, kasi nagsara yung kumpanya ko, kasi ganito, ganyan. If we're not willing to admit na those things just won't work anymore, we won't be encouraged to find new solutions, new ways to earn income, new ways to pivot into what people really need right now. Diba? So, kinakailangan yan. Yung parang, kailangan talaga yung reality check. Literally, that's what's happening in our times right now. And so, let's, another example. May nag-message sa akin, ako, parang I've been working my whole life. I've always had a job. I've always had a salary. So, paano na yun? Wala na yun. I said, exactly. That's why humanity has to come and find a solution together. Diba? So that's why you see some of these Facebook groups, they're not exchanging money anymore. They're bartering products for products. Diba? Service and favors. It's going back to where money isn't relevant anymore, but supply and demand still is. So we forget that, diba? We forget that nangyayari din yon. Diba? And then what of the person who said, I've always been working? And then again, it's a challenge to, okay, so if I've always been working, maybe I should go into service. Remember, the law of money is money will only be paid to you for valuable service.
Yes.
Diba? So we have to remember that the universe operates a certain way. There are these fundamental laws. And right now, ang nangyayari is we're being reminded, diba, of how things are really working once we take away all of the things that we've been used to have.
Yes.
No?
Wow.
So, yun. That's a perspective of the situation. So, people who are right now, walang trabaho, I see them starting to freelance. Those that are willing. Yung mga hindi willing, maybe wala. That's the reality that they want. They don't want to even go beyond. They're making this situation the excuse. But how come there are people who are not making it an excuse? Diba? So it's all a matter of how you're seeing the world right now. You're seeing all yung pagkukulang, or you're seeing, okay, things aren't working the way that I'm used to before. How am I going to make it work for me? Diba?
Yes.
Yun. I hope that explained it.
Yes. Thank you, Coach. Kasi yun yung una pala dapat. So, adapt talaga. That's the
Oo.
word.
Accept.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
adapt.
Accept and then adapt. So, yun, sa ating listeners tonight, so yun, yung isa sa mga advice ni Coach Martine, when it comes to having like, yun nga, mga unexpected circumstances, ganyan, na hindi naman talaga natin inaasahan, hindi natin ginugusto. So, first of all, accept. 'Di ba? Honor din yung feelings nila, Coach, 'di ba, na nasasaktan sila, that they're disappointed with this with the situation itself. Kasi ang dami nagpo-post na with dahil kay COVID, ganyan. So yun, and they really need that kind of outlet, 'di ba?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so pagka-adapt, yun na. Doon na pumapasok yung mga idea. So, what do I need to do? Diba? Doon na tayo sa goal action naman. Goal action thinking. Tapos, Coach, parang na-realize ko lang din doon sa sinabi mo na, di ba, ito nga, parang the world is really resetting. Parang is there a way na parang pwede rin natin makita sa perspective natin na, okay, Mother Earth, I am letting you rest. Diba? Diba? In that way,
kakaiba din siya kasi hindi tayo sanay sa ganon. Diba? Sanay tayo sa instant solutions, just right now, I mean, there's this Grab service, di ba? Sanay na sanay tayo na pag walang pagkain or pag may kailangan pabilhin, mag-grab ka lang, right? I mean, we're not robbed, at least, for some people, hindi naman nawala ang lahat for them, right? But let's say, yung manang namin dito na nakatira sa amin, she's had to live with us because hindi na siya makauwi, di ba? Yes. If she goes home, then she won't be able to come back and earn. So, parang there are really people who are going out of their way of living para masanay sa pagbagong way of living. Because that's it. It just boils down to that. Hindi na siya babalik doon sa dati. And we're learning it the hard way. All our kids are homeschooled, di ba? Everybody has to wear these masks and shields, right? People have to have new protocols sa labas. I mean, after a while, nasasanay na rin tayo na ganun yun, di ba? Yes. So the sooner we accept and stop resisting, then the sooner the solutions will also come. Di ba? Oo.
So, tandaan, ladies, sa lahat na nakikinig tonight, di ba? It's parang ching!
Yeah!
Di ba? Yes. So, right now, sa ating mga listeners, if you have any questions for Coach Martine, magtanong na kayo.
Oh, yes.
So, comment down below. Yan. At sasagutin niya yan.
Okay.
So, right now, may isa lang din akong tanong. May sinabi kasi si Dr. Joe Dispenza na parang there's this mga tinatanong sa kanya. Di ba? Minsan bigla na lang may magme-message sa kanya na isang vice president ng isang university. After having those kind of truth, so ngayon nagme-meditate na siya in everything. Kung kailan niya nalaman yung katotohanan, and then in-embody niya sa sarili niya, bigla siyang nawalan ng trabaho, bigla siyang tinanggal doon sa university, and then nagtanong siya, am I doing this correctly?
Yeah.
And then Dr. Joe Dispenza said, at dahil dyan, nagkaroon ka na, yung lahat ng energy mo, makakapag-create ka na ng space for the greater unknown. Tapos yun, may nag-realization. So yun, Coach, parang I just wanted to i-share mo sa kanila yon na, di ba, after loving the distraction itself,
Yeah.
you now have the energy to really create from the unknown. Di ba?
Right. Okay.
Yes. So, how can
Okay.
you do that? Yes. Kasi ako din,
So,
curious
one of
ako.
my favorite topics yan, yung the quantum and the unknown. So,
Yes.
this is one of my favorite books, Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza, right? And he talks about that in this book because what's happening right now is unknown talaga. Unknown sa buong mundo ang nangyayari ngayon. We've never known an entire globe in lockdown. We've never known an entire globe going through the exact same crisis at the exact same time. Usually, di ba, may gera dito, may pandemic doon sa isang bansa. Ito, sa buong mundo, right? It's unknown to us and it makes us panic and uncomfortable kasi human beings, our brains, it doesn't do well when it doesn't know. So kaya maraming medyo nag-anxiety ngayon, yung nag-aalala ngayon because the human brain doesn't know how to deal with the unknown.
Yes.
Right? But ironically, yung sinasabi ni Dr. Joe Dispenza dito in this book, he says that for us to be truly creative, to create something like solutions, to adapt, we have to go into the space of the unknown. So kaya I was saying earlier, diba, if all you've known is yung job mo, that you were doing 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, and you were having a salary, then you could either blame the known na nangyari na hindi na babalik, or you can choose to understand that I'm in the unknown and I have no choice but to create something new for myself. That's when true inspiration happens. So a lot of people, baka sabihin nila, oh my God, hindi naman ako inspired to do anything kasi walang ganito, walang ganyan, wala akong trabaho, ganito. But ironically, that's actually when true inspiration happens. It's not when everything's blissful and maganda yung situation and pretty. No. That's the known. Yun yung alam mo na. Alam mo na gawin yon. So true creation, true innovation, it happens when you are, like they say, you're up against the wall. Yung wala ka ng, you either have a choice to stay at the wall and not move, or say, okay, yung parang I'm going to, I've even had clients say, I'm just gonna survive this. Hindi ako mamamatay sa taon na to. You know? That's it. Diba? So if you have that, then that's gonna drive you to find solutions. You're gonna be like those people na, they were at a certain managerial position in their companies, but now they have to be a freelance writer. Yes. Who cares, diba? Naghanap siya ng solusyon niya. Nag-iba yung pag-iisip niya. Yes. He found another way, right? So I think that's what humanity is learning right now. Yes. Diba? We're learning na hindi excuse na naalis ito, naalis yan, that person right. I mean, I know it sounds a bit harsh, but the unknown can feel that way. Kasi all we know is yung kasanayan natin.
Yes.
Diba? Lalo na ang Pinoy, ayaw yung mga nag-iiba, diba? Parang hindi tayo mahilig sa pag-iiba, diba? Oh no! Diba? Hindi kami ready dyan, diba? How long did it take for us to adapt to technology? To public transportation na maayos, diba? Hindi tayo sanay. We're too conditioned to yung habitual behaviors natin. Diba? So, ang nangyayari ngayon is, okay, so the old way of doing things hindi nag-work. For instance, I know of somebody, they had to close their parang salon. Kasi hindi na pwede. So what are they doing right now? They're doing home service, naka-PPE lahat, yung mga therapists and physicians nila. And that's what they do. They closed down, the things that they had to have overhead. But they still said, people still want to be groomed. They still want to have their nails done. And they still want to have massages, right? So, am I willing? Kailangan willing ka, di ba? Or else hindi ka mag-adapt. Okay, bye-bye. No employment, di ba? So it's really a matter of the person. And this is why the great monk Dandapani says, your greatest contribution to mankind is your own self-awareness, your own self-awakening. Kung hindi ka gumising and you don't give yourself your permission to expand and to go into the unknown, you have no contribution to humanity. Topak ka. So, that's one way. My salon had to close down. Are you willing to adapt to a new way of having a salon? Diba? Are you willing to ensure that you don't have to let go of your employees and they'll have money to bring home to their families? Diba? So it's really, that's what Dr. Joe says about creativity. You will only be really creative if you're in the unknown, if you're in crisis, you're up against the wall, and wala ka ng choice.
Yes.
Diba?
I just wanted to share, I remember that last July or June, di ba, Coach, na umiiyak ako sa'yo nun. Tumawag ako kasi wala akong order ng alcohol. Much information sa aking mga listeners na sa podcast. So, yun, kasi that was really the time that the ECQ was my favorite part of the pandemic. Di ba? Kasi, sabi ko, I really told that to many people na, wow, sabi ko na, sila dito, nahihirapan, walang work, ganyan. Tapos ako naman, pagod na pagod. Kailan pandemic, kung kailan total lockdown, tsaka ako nakakapunta ng Pampanga, ng Batangas, just because of delivering all the alcohols. And then, boom, pagdating ng June, bigla na GCQ, and I was like, okay, wala lang order ng alcohol.
But you're always, what I admire about you, Ayla, you're very quick to adapt. It's in your nature to find the solution. So that's something that everybody can learn. Totoong unassailable itong bata na to. Bata, because I'm 40 na, guys. Okay? So, bata pa siya sa akin.
Yes, sabi ko, I always thank you. Kasi syempre, di ba, when it comes to really, pag alam ko minsan na parang nasa wall na ako, parang dead end na, and then I'm just gonna call you. And then you will have that kind of clarity, illumination, na parang, okay, Ayla, just honor that.
Embrace the tears, embrace the pain. Kasi di ba resistance eh. Uncle Bob Proctor always says, that is meant to come out of your body. Yung iyak, yung sakit. Kaya when we get sick, we have a fever. Diba?
Yes.
Kasi kailangan lumabas yan, yung init sa katawan. So it's the same with our problems and our frustrations. Kung hindi natin iiyakan yan for a while, hindi naman sa, to prolong it, but if we don't express and admit it, na ibabaon lang natin yung mga emotion na yan, it's gonna cause other reactions that are not gonna be beneficial to our body. Diba? So, it's healthy to express yung frustrations natin. I recommend that you have a healthy outlet for it. So, Ayla and I, we have a relationship as yung parang accountability coach, ganyan. So, it's a healthy environment kasi pwede mo siya i-process in a way na you'll find a solution. Diba? That's what coaching is naman eh. Coaching is helping your client to move forward and not stay stuck.
Yes. So, in this kind of situation then, Coach, diba, talagang right environment is really important. Yes. Kasi when you have the right environment, the right set of people, then you will go further. Diba? Diba? Kasi hindi naman pare-pareho lahat ng circles, ganyan.
Yes. Ito yung so within the Procter & Gallagher Institute, we have these totems that remind us, about times like this, diba? So you said it's about environment. Environment creates your reality. This is what we call epigenetics, diba? You tell somebody often enough, you're not good enough. Maniniwala yung bata yun. Let's ako yun. Sinabi sa akin, hindi ka talaga magaling ng math, no? Nung
Yes.
mga teenager ako. So, talagang naniwala ako, ay, oo, bobo ako. You will believe it, and then you will create the environment that supports that belief. Diba? So, in Proctor Gallagher Institute, we always remind our clients, you have to look at everything from different perspectives. So this totem, it shows you there is an upside down and an inside out to everything. Okay?
Alright.
So if you are in an environment that you think is not serving you, like let's say, example, relationships or family. Minsan we're judged for cutting off relationships or cutting off friendships or cutting off really connections with people. But if that environment is not supporting you, then even if you're related by blood to that person, doesn't make it a healthy environment for you or your children or whatever. So you have the authority and the creativity to create your world. And so a lot of the support that I give my clients is, they decide that, okay, for a time, I think I need to end this relationship. Or I need to take a pause from this friendship. And I empower them. I don't advise them to do it, but I empower them to honor whatever it takes for them to change their environment so that they can change yung state nila. Diba?
Okay.
Right?
So remember that, ladies. Change
Oh,
your environment and then you will
environment and then you will change your state.
Yes.
Ang magaling mag-explain yan si Dr. Bruce Lipton. Right? He talks about epigenetics. Your environment dictates how you will respond with your body, how your mind will think, how you will believe that you are healed or sick. Those are just some very, very simple examples of how our environment will support our beliefs or will not support us in the kind of life that we want to create. No?
Yes. And actually, narinig ko din siya kay Lisa Nichols and Sarah Prout that they really need to change yung environment, yung location nila. Kailangan nilang lumipat.
Oh, yeah. Sarah went from Australia to Las Vegas.
Yes. So
She
yun.
moved around halfway around the world. Death. Diba? But that was necessary for her, diba? Oh, my daughter. This is my daughter.
Yes. So right now, Coach, yan. I just wanted to batiin lang natin yung ating mga listeners.
Yes, sino ba nandyan? Hi, Iris. Hi, Oh, I see. Sino ba to? Oh, si Ali. Hi. Green.
Yes, madami tayong listeners tonight. So, yun, natin sila. I'll say hi to you guys.
Yeah, if you have any questions. Yeah, I love Dr. Bruce. Yeah.
Hello, shipmate. Jenny Bell, good evening.
Hi, Jenny Bell.
Yeah, good evening.
Your mastermind pod is all here supporting.
Yes. My daddy is also listening tonight. So, hello, Daddy.
Ay, hello po. Thank you po, sir.
Angelique.
Yan. Ilalike ko yung niya. Ilalike ko si Daddy.
Yes. My cousin Jenny Lynn is also listening tonight.
Oh, yes. Hello.
And, si Gwen. Hi, Gwen. Good evening.
Hi, Gwen.
Hi, Aika. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Mikey. Samira. Good evening.
Hello, Samira.
Hello, Rochelle. Hello sa aking business partner si Clarice of Aphrodite. Ayan. This
one is
powered by Aphrodite. Ayan.
Oh, I love that. I love that name.
Yes, and then we have Mimi. Hello, Mimi. And
hi, Mimi.
Hi, Annalisa. Hello, Annalisa. Ang dami na
kami ni Mimi, marami na kaming dinestruct niyan.
Yes. And Andrea, and of course, Erica. Hello, good evening, everyone. So,
hi, guys.
I'm so happy. Late night, di ba? Ang daming nakikinig sa
Oo.
atin.
I think good time ito kasi naka-dinner ng lahat, diba? And then, we're
Yes.
just chilling, relaxing.
And Mala is here. Good
Hi,
evening,
Mala.
Yes. So, Coach, before we end the night, yes, ang dami kong natutunan. Actually, I'm taking notes kaya medyo tumitingin-tingin ako sa baba. Yun, I'm taking notes. So, marami ko din natutunan. Do you have any want to promote upcoming courses, upcoming programs?
Yeah. Okay, so my upcoming program right now is, so if you are a person who is, during this time, in this pandemic, you're wanting to pivot, tapos meron kayong bagong service or your business, you want to improve your marketing and your customer and client attraction, then I invite you to join Client Attractor. So ito po ang program ko for people who want to become powerful attractors of their clients. So, mangyayari po ito ng September, saan nilalagay ito? Dito na lang sa comments, no?
Yes. So,
September 11.
Yung kanyang link, yan kung paano makakapag-enroll. So,
okay, yeah. So that is happening on September 20th. So what we're doing there is, one of the reasons why I started this is the second time I'm offering this, is that a lot of people feel uncomfortable about selling. Diba? About also mag-marketing. Like, hindi nila alam kung paano mag-start. And so, I created Client Attractor. This is version 2, kasi we did this last year already.
Yes,
so this is version 2. And what we're gonna do here is different. Kasi sasamahan ko kayo after making your content. And the entire tribe will learn how to write or do Facebook Lives and that type of content together with the support of each other. So hindi siya nakakatakot. Marami siyang support all around. And then you will also learn mindset of being a powerful client attractor. Kasi I'm gonna also teach you how to do the paradigm shift, about how to do embodiment. Ang embodiment po, yan po yung you're like method acting. You're becoming that successful businesswoman. You're already that successful high-level freelancer. You're that $1,000 earner, right? So that's what we're gonna teach the Client Attractor. And if you're a member of my Facebook group, you get a very special, like almost half price off doon sa program. So make sure you also join my Facebook group, yung Worthy and Wealthy Women Collective. When you're in there, you'll see there's a code that you can use upon checking out, so that you can enjoy that program.
Yes, and diba sabi nga natin, change your environment and then you will change your state. So one of those is really joining Coach Martine's group. Yun, that is worthy and
wealthy women.
Yeah, worthy and wealthy women. So
yes.
Hali kayo doon, yan. And then Coach si Iris, yan.
Okay.
Any other resources you guys know on human research similar to Dr. Bruce Lipton?
I would say human research. I would say that you could also look into the work of well, of course, Dr. Joe Dispenza. Greg Braden is another really powerful author and lecturer on human design. So you can look up his show on Gaia. Gaia's like the Netflix of personal growth. So he has a really great show there called Missing Links.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite shows on that network. And for me, he explains very well what's happening now. So what's happening now is not new to the history of the Earth. It's just new to us. Kasi we're very young, this generation of Earthlings, diba? But parang the Earth has rebooted itself several times, right? So it's like what's happening now, and we're, if you're in the spiritual realm, people are saying that we're coming to a great awakening, diba? Na people are not being forced anymore into personal growth. They are accepting that, that's what I really need. That's who I really am, you know. So it's an exciting time. Yeah, it's an exciting time. And um, it's really a matter of how we choose to perceive. Let's not forget this one. How we choose to perceive the situation. Look at it from the upside down and inside out. Okay,
Yes. Wow.
right. So that's really a powerful way of, and then change your environment. Okay, so the E stands for environment. Okay,
Yeah.
it says here, yeah, choose your environment. You get to choose. Human beings, tayo lang na nakakapili ng environment natin. Diba? That's why you hire an interior designer to design your house, an
Yes.
architect to build your home, a travel agent to design your itinerary. Diba? So we can do anything. We just have to be reminded that we can. Na kaya natin.
Kaya natin. Diba? So,
Totoo.
sobrang nakaka-heartwarming itong topic tonight. Thank you
Yeah, it's so great.
Martine. And, teka lang, may mga nag-message yan. Meron yatang nagtatanong pero sa PM.
Okay, sure.
Yes. Yan.
Nahihiya ka mag-public.
Yes. Yan. Ayun din, parang ano din, yung katulad nung kanina. Pero alam ko na-explain na to ni Coach Martin, yung about dealing with broken relationships in times of pandemic.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, this is really a, ano kasi purging season. So, yun.
Marami talaga yan. Politics, di ba? May mga, should I wear a mask? Ayoko mag-mask, di ba? Is this virus a conspiracy? Is it ganito? Madami. Madami nangyayari ngayon. Maraming mga kampo ngayon. And this is a reminder for us not to be distracted, but to really ask ourselves, ano ba talaga paniniwala? Yung pininiwalaan ko. What is it really? That's the opportunity here. This is a time where you are going to have to ask yourself that very difficult question. Do I have any beliefs? Do I really believe anything for myself? Or nai-impluwensya ba ako sa mga sinasabi nito or mga pinapag-usapan na ganyan? Right? And that's what Dr. Joe Dispenza was saying. You get to create from what you don't know. And that's an opportunity. So if the news is triggering you, take it out of your environment. Diba? If social media is, triggering you, unblock, unfollow, delete. Diba? Diba? I mean, you can. Right? Gabby Bernstein was the first one to say that. She says, use that unfollow button wisely. The universe has your back. She's like, 2 years ago, she said it already. Use that unfollow button and that block button wisely because it's boundaries, diba? And you do that for your children, do it for yourself, diba?
Pero diba dito sa Pilipinas kasi when the culture of boundaries is really negative.
Kasi we're very insecure as a culture, Ang Pilipino, diba? If you look at our history, we've always been colonized. Meron tayong parang we glorify Western culture. Diba? Hindi tayo komportable sa pagiging Pinoy natin because we don't know what it means. And so that's why natitrigger na when you have an opinion, uy, sobra siya. May opinion siya. Diba? But that's exactly what we need right now. That's exactly what's gonna take Filipinos, women like us, through this time, It's women who are willing to say no. Yung parang, I'm not going to have toxic, trolling, whatever sa buhay ko. So, ibablock ko yan. I will unfollow this. I will create an environment that supports what I need to do, which is take care of my family, pay the bills, make money, contribute, find a solution. We can't do that pag triggered at distracted tayo at nagagalit tayo at every post na makita natin or every news report na mabasa natin, di ba? So it's really about becoming that wise woman, di ba? We go back to goddesses. What are goddesses? Goddesses can create things from nothing. And that's what Dr. Joe means by you have to reach a point where you're creating from the unknown. And if you have to destroy the things that no longer serve you, then you do it because you love yourself and you love your family and you love your business. Diba? So you just have to remember that na the other people's opinions aren't gonna pay for our bills. Diba? Yeah, other people's opinions are not going to give us wholesome relationships, diba? Yun. So we shouldn't judge people who maybe they take a step back from family or break muna tayo as yung parang pause muna tayo sa friendship kasi medyo, like may kailangan kong asikasuhin, di ba? So we have to embrace that people are just taking care of themselves in the best way that they can. No judgment. Hashtag no judgment, di ba? Yun yung pinakakailangan natin i-remember ngayon.
Yan. So, hashtag nyo tonight. Hashtag no judgment.
Hashtag no judgment.
Yan,
Tama.
para matalim sa ating subconscious minds, di ba?
Oo.
We are learning so much from tonight. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so great. Thank you for having me, guys.
Yes, and ini-invite namin kayo ulit sa, ayan, nandito yung...
Yes, thank you. So I hope you want to learn how to market with grace, how to sell without feeling yucky, diba? How to create content that converts. And I invite you to join us in Client Attractor beginning September 20 po.
Yan, beginning September 20. Yan. Hashtag no judgment.
Yes, Samira, yes.
Thank you so much, Coach Martine. As in, I really had a great evening with you. Yes. Thank you so much sa ating mga listeners tonight. And then you're gonna, if you wanted to listen again to this podcast will be available on Spotify very soon. We will upload it in Unassailable podcast. So yun, thank you so much. And again, this webinar series is powered by Aphrodite Health and Wellness Corporation. Hashtag see you soon.
See you soon.
And tomorrow, for our day 2, we will have Jenny Bell. And the topic will be about embracing rhythm of change. Yan. So, di ba ang ganda, nakapuzzle yung ating topic. From being loving the distraction, eto naman, embracing the rhythm of change. So,
ganda.
Ito, palagpasin, mga ladies. Thank you so much, Coach Martine. I'm really honored. Thank you for your time.
You too. Thank you, Ayla, for having me.
Yeah. So yun. Remember guys, yan yung link natin. Yan. Client Attractor Program ni Coach Martine. Yan. Join kayo dyan. Lalo na sa mga nagpa-5 up ngayon ng kanilang businesses, ng kanilang career. This is for you. Yan. Hindi kayo nakikinig tonight na aksidente. Everything is aligned. So yun, good night. And Coach, last words for our ladies before we bid goodbye to them.
Okay, guys, you have everything within you to be powerful, successful, and you're worthy of everything that you desire. Never forget that.
Yes. All right. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.